So I believe we've not done enough justice to the economy. And we are, Kenya is staring at a potential debt default.
Yeah.
And I believe it's time Kenyans need to have a deep conversation and understanding of what it means when you talk of a debt default.
Because I think you mentioned it. You said something like in Ghana they take 30%.
Yeah, in Ghana it's a 30% haircut.
So that takes even from your bank?
Yeah, even M-Pesa account.
So your bank account, they take 30%,
they take
M-Pesa
30%.
30%?
Yes. And if you have 10 bank accounts for each account, it's not by individual.
Yeah.
So every bank account. If your deposit in an account was 100,000, they take 30,000, you have 70,000. Even if you had 10 accounts, each having 100,000, each of those accounts.
And is this a loan that they'll one day give me, Oma? That's
No,
gone.
it's gone. You're the sovereign.
Okay.
It's happening in Ghana now. It's happening in Sri Lanka. It's happened in Lebanon. It happened in Greece. I saw
Greece,
there's an agreement that Zambia is going to happen. Then they're taking 18%. They are going to take a haircut of 18% as per on their bonds.
In Kenya?
So ukiona cha mwenzako kime...
Yeah.
Jachanyolewa chako kitie maji. So even Kenya, I mean, as I said, the stress side, the fundamentals are the same.
Yeah.
Where Ghana was and where Kenya is, where Sri Lanka was, it was about debt.
Well,
maybe sometimes early next year we can have a conversation on the debt situation, because the problems Kenyans are facing.
Yeah.
I say this. We are in an economic crisis because of the debt. 70% of your revenue goes to debt finance.
Yeah.
You are left with 30% to run government. And this debt is increasing every day. And your debt stock is in dollars, foreign currency. Your shilling is losing value to the dollar every day, every week, almost by a unit. And every time the shilling loses value to the dollar by a unit, in your debt book,
it increases.
It increases by 40 billion. Now, since Ruto came to power, if you look at the exchange rate from that time to date, just on Forex alone, our debt has increased by 2 trillion. Just on Forex alone. Just by virtue of the shilling losing value to the dollar. 2 trillion shillings more on our debt book that we must pay. That's why I believe that this debt is the albatross that is going to choke this country. And Kenyans need to understand what it is, and Kenyans need to start planning their lives accordingly.
His solution, is it tufiche pesa chini ya kitanda?
The solution is now you run away from the bank as an option. You minimize your bank engagement. Keep your money in foreign currency. Because whatever, if you had 1,000 last month and 1,000 today, what's the value? Yeah. What's the value?
That's scary. That's scary.
What's the value? But how many Kenyans know this conversation? How many people are aware of this? Because what it ends up doing, because if you had 10,000 shillings in January, and you kept that 10,000 shillings, then you come back today in 10,000 shillings. It's not the same 10,000 shillings.
Yeah. It's lost.
It's lost value, right? So what is the government doing to make sure that the shilling does not lose value? Because when the shilling is losing value, it's people losing assets. I was seeing the other day, somebody was showing me about the shares, how the stock market is losing. Shares are dropping, right?
Yeah.
Once your economy is weak, your shilling is weakening, it affects every sector. Even the stock market becomes weak. Shares that were bought that were worth 1 million last year are now worth 44,000 this year.
This is scary, because I always hear about countries defaulting, but I never thought they go into personal accounts. I'm always like, if you have your money in foreign currency,
who is the sovereign?
You just continue.
No. Who is the sovereign?
I know it's
you.
Yeah.
And by the way, when a country defaults, don't think that because you've kept your money in a foreign account, US dollar account here in Kenya, it is safe. No. All those foreign accounts, US foreign currency accounts, are converted to local currency automatically.
Immediately.
And they could determine the exchange rate. Yeah. So your US dollar account becomes a Kenya shillings account immediately. And they determine the interest rate for which they are converting it. Then they take a haircut. My people suffer for lack of knowledge. Right? And Zambia, study Zambia and Ghana. Because these are recent cases. Zambia was in December. They defaulted in December. They are calling it debt distress exchange. They've already taken the bonds. They took the bond holder. They went for domestic debt. Told the bondholders, 30% haircut. Last week, I'm told they went back to meet them and told them, you want another 20% haircut.
Nywele imemea.
So 50, yeah, mwenyewe imemea. So 50% is gone.
To the government.
So if you had 1 million, it's now worth 500,000. And there's no guarantee. And they're telling you, come back after 3 years for your 500.
There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee that next month they will not come back and say, give us another 10%. Because they just keep coming to slice. Before you know, they tell you, but forget about that coupon. All that money is not government money. You are the sovereign. And the sovereign must guarantee the state. If the state is bankrupt, how does the sovereign smile? The sovereign must bail out the country.
But with that, they're supposed to go for the big corporations and be like, but they go for the average person. They
Everybody,
have to
not everybody. It's about every account. Where can you find the money? Yeah, where do you find money? Which is the easiest way you can find people's money? In bank accounts and M-Pesa. Yeah. Because if you told Kenyans to go and queue and give donations of 10,000, how many Kenyans will do that? They will not do that.
So
but
we might...
haircut is done. They do it in your account. They can tell the banks, hey, give us all this money.
So with this, we might end up going back to a cash economy. Because a lot of people will now start distrusting.
Yeah, that's
like
also
we might
possible.
never be able to go back to
that's
the
also
digital.
possible.
Okay, well, okay. I guess as they
And
say,
these are things that no one has ever lived in Kenya.
yeah, that would be painful. That would be pain. I'd want to see if that would finally be the solution to tribalism in Kenya.
People will vote issues.
Where we vote just along tribe, we don't care about anything else. Maybe that's the haircut we need.